Per our last session, the party has dealt with the vampire threat in the Misty Forest after tracking the stolen child back to the Raven's Rest village and investigating the rundown manor. They have rescued the child, secured a bunch of new loot, and have just arrived at the gates of Daggerford. And that is where we begin. As you guys approach the wall, there's you see from the gates that they are currently closed. There, two watchmen spot you and give a big wave overhead. Open the gate! And sorry, I've been sleepy all day, so I'm drinking my tea.
I relate to this.
Yeah. So you're approaching the gate, and the two heavy oak doors swing open, and it looks like most of the town is waiting on the other side. You see all of them are equipped with some kind of weapon. Some of them just simple clubs. Others appear to have various swords, and they're all wearing like cobbled together scrap bits of armor. Some of it looks a bit rusted, like it would have been a family heirloom that wasn't very well taken care of. And as you all step across the threshold, you see that bushy-browed captain of the guard approach you inquisitively. Well, you're alive. How did it go?
Barely.
Better than expected.
Pushing from the sides of the crowd, you see a very flushed man. He comes charging towards Click, as you are the one who is currently carrying Mira. Mira also pushes herself off of you, Click, and then runs towards her father, and they embrace in a giant hug, and there's like a cheer that erupts from the gathered townsfolk.
Aww.
We also solved that problem.
Wait, how do they know who we are?
You've been here before.
Yeah, but how do they know that we were what we did?
Because
we met with the captain of the guard.
Hmm.
They don't know that we. Arguably, they don't know that we killed vampires. He just asked how it went, and we said better than expected, and we brought Mira back.
Yeah, and that was definitely talked about amongst the townsfolk, is that Mira has disappeared and that you all brought her back. It's like the energy is very lively and positive as the rest of you are almost swarmed by the townsfolk as they start to ask you questions and like, well, where did it go? Did you find the creatures? Who was it? Was it a person? Were there wolves?
There weren't wolves. At all.
Yeah, no wolves.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of our stuff and start casting Identify on it.
Do you leave the crowd behind?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you would still have your room at the end, technically.
Well, I guess I just start telling people what happened.
Okay.
And in like very Katya terms, like there's definitely a whole lot she didn't understand. But like there were ghosts, and we fought a lot of ghosts, and there were 3 vampires.
Spooky.
Vampires?
Yeah, I don't really know much about them. Meepo is an expert, though.
They're quite bitey. Very bitey.
And Katya, you see in the crowd your father.
And I will go over and hug him.
there's the people that are immediately around you like go aw, and then the captain of the guard's like, all right, it's like we've been loitering enough already. It's like they took care of the problem, so let's get back to business. And the crowd slowly begins to disperse. There's still a few stragglers, like little kids that come up to Click and like like they try to touch his mace because it's kind of like they can tell that it's special a little bit, and it's like, and they've never seen a weapon so well made and maintained. So it's like,
I will withdraw my mace and I'll like kneel down on a knee, putting the butt of the handle in the ground and kind of holding it at a little bit of arm's reach so that way they can all just gather around it and feel it and do whatever, while explaining to them the mechanics of it and how it works, and even letting a few of them try and hold it.
yeah.
It's a heavy rod with a stick. Beat things.
One of the kids tries to pick it up, but it's like it's that classic, trying to pick up Mjolnir motion where they're just like, yeah. It almost looks like it's about to pop a blood vessel.
Let's see here. Let me get
Let's do more push-ups.
I wish I knew telekinesis because this would be fun.
You could do a guidance.
Well, I'm seeing if I got something else that could help.
You know what I don't have?
A good meal. It says your father. It's like you and your friends are all invited back to the house.
For the heck of it, I'll every time a kid goes to try and lift it up, I'll just pat him on the back and be like, "You got this," and do guidance for every single one.
Lou asked if they have beer.
Are you asking Katya's father?
Yes.
Do we have beer?
What's that sound?
Something Ian's playing.
That's the crowd. And now we're being interviewed.
Ian's doing something with air compressors. Ian?
Sorry, what was that?
Here's something about air compressors.
Yeah, don't ask.
Okay.
Okay, I lost my train of thought.
Beer.
Lou asked if they had beer.
I've got a few bottles at the house.
We'll stop by the tavern for a keg and
They're
bring
gonna
it.
have a fewer.
Where Katya will stop by the inn to buy a keg and bring it to her father's house.
Okay. All right. Let's
That will
see.
solve the problem.
I'll say that you can also get Levi if you want.
Yeah, that's a good solution. I'll tell Levi that he's welcome to dinner at my father's place.
Well, I can only identify 2 things before I need to take a break.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be there.
Well, and then the break will classify as a short rest, correct?
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to do another 4 if needed. I think.
Okay. So Fred comes up to you, Kat, and he's like, it's like, so you want the good, the bad, or the cheap?
How is the cheap different from the bad?
Well, the bad is
Bad.
let's just say you'll be thinking about it later.
Fair. In between?
Okay. 5 gold pieces for a barrel.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole barrel. It should last you all and maybe a couple others the night.
There we go. 5 removed.
What do you think?
By the way, this is about about 5 p.m.
Okay.
So you're gonna have a party at Katya's house.
Sounds like it.
Yep. All right. So those two items that you wanted to identify, did you remembered what they were? Like what the items what you found were?
No, I don't remember the list. I think Laura wrote them down.
Yeah, but
There's
Laura just disappeared from me.
There's a dagger, a medallion, a cloak, bracers, a helm, and a pair of goggles, and a sword.
What type of bracers?
They look to be leather bracers.
Another?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's do the medallion and I guess the dagger.
Okay. So the medallion, you determined to be a medallion of thoughts. And the dagger is a +1 dagger.
You said medallion of thought?
Yep. Of thoughts, plural.
What the fuck? Sorry.
It's all right. It's like it should be awfully loud if I can hear it.
Okay, I was wondering if you could.
But you all go to Katya's father's house. He leads Lou and the rest to there. It's a fairly modest house on the other side of town. He leads you in. It kind of reminds you of the room that you found, the building where you found that sack of gold coins. There's a big main room with 2 bedrooms off to the back. It's like he immediately he goes over to his cupboards and starts pulling out things. It's like you see him pull out like a slab of of dried beef, and he's like, "Oh no!" It's like he puts that one back.
I'm gonna go over and ask him if I can help at all.
So here, chop these. I'm thinking it's too late for, and he starts to mutter to himself. You haven't seen him this excited in a long time.
I'll start chopping.
But he makes you guys it's a vegetarian meal. There's old bread, a salad with chopped vegetables that Kat works on, and he pulls out some beans with some cheese as the main entree with tomatoes and peppers. It's kind of, and that's your all's served dinner. It's like, where do we have for chairs? Chairs. Oh shoot, we don't have any chairs.
I'm gonna go next door to the neighbors and see if they have any chairs to borrow.
Make a persuasion check real quick.
What's funny is when he suggested it, that was exactly what was on my brain was, do we even have chairs to accommodate everybody? Hold on. 18.
Okay. Yeah, so luckily you remember this family as it was another farming family, but they had a lot of human children that have since grown up and moved either to their own homes or into different towns entirely. So there is some leftover furniture that they let you borrow for the night.
Nice.
It's like a good job on bringing Mira back, Kat. It's like
No problem.
is Dimitri cooking?
He sure is. Got everybody over at my place right now. Or at his place.
Well, no, never mind. Have fun.
We've got if it's 2 to 3 people, I'll say we've got a keg of beer if y'all want to come over.
Okay. And you see them disappear into the house. It's an older couple. they come out and they're holding another block of cheese. This one is quite large. Let's say like the size of a human male's chest. It's like we don't want to show up empty-handed.
Nice. I'm gonna add 2 more chairs to my arms and go over.
Yeah. Okay. So the rest of you are all coming in. You see Kat walk in with these 2 older people.
And whatever I'll say I invited the Browns over. It's like I can't think of a name.
The Browns.
No,
That's fine.
the most generic.
It's like, oh, okay. You see him go back to the pantry and like pull out another sack of beans.
They brought cheese.
Oh, that's good. And you all begin to sit down. You're very crowded around your little table. In fact, like some of you have to spread out to the walls. It's like Lou really starts going into the beer.
I bet.
So what happened? Says your father.
Well, the Misty Forest.
Yeah.
And you remember how you always told me all those stories about the lights dragging you away as a kid?
Yeah.
Dad, we met some of those lights.
He takes a big gulp of beer. Uh-huh.
And well, we were there before, and there was a vampire, and I think it might actually. I kind of glance at the Browns and be like, my fault that the wolves came. Because we fought a vampire and killed it, and we weren't looking so good, so we were going to camp. But then there were wolves, and they kept following us, and I was like, oh, well, if we're behind walls, it'll be okay. And it wasn't okay. So obviously we had to go back and deal with it. And we killed 3 more vampires.
Was that all of them? Says Mr. Brown.
I look scared at my friends. Be like, was it?
Maybe.
I think so.
It happens.
I would assume so.
We'll go with yes.
Lou keeps drinking.
Is Meepo uses daggers, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, he uses a rapier, but he could use a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. But out of all of us, he would be the one to use the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure to pass that to him. I'm just going to put the medallion on my neck for now.
Okay.
Oh, shiny. And well, what is it? What is this dagger?
A
It's
+1 dagger.
a +1 dagger.
Neat. I won't really ever use it, but it's very neat.
You never
If anything, you can sell it for more money.
True.
Should we sell this stuff for more?
I just don't want to use a D4 hit die.
Oh, fair.
I
But
would
it is-
like it if we could at least get a little bit of diamond dust. We've had a few close calls. I would like to have something ready just in case things get really grim.
Close calls, says Dimitri.
Well, not recently.
And
When we
most,
were when we were baby adventurers.
He looks to Kat. He's like, close calls?
it's been fine.
Just almost dying a few times. It's nothing.
Meepo.
Am I sitting next to Meepo?
Sure.
You want to be.
I will immediately take my hand and just ball into a fist and just slam it on his head. Not hard, just enough to be like,
Well,
Attack roll.
what the fuck?
sure.
I was expecting like a kick under the table.
Let's see here. Unarmed attack. That's going to be
Do-do-do-do-do.
dirty 20.
So, Meepo, you do get walloped on the head for a point.
What if Meepo only had a point left?
I would be
You
unconscious.
got he has a cleric sitting next to him. That'd be the best place to go down.
I assume us took a while to come back to town, and we've since long rested.
Nope.
No.
It's the same day.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
really?
just hoping, yeah, we're hoping nothing's happened.
That kind of. We should probably rest.
I think that's what you're gonna do after you have your chit chat party.
Yep.
Meepo attempts to grapple in response.
All right, athletics versus clicks, acrobatics or athletics.
Like you're trying to grapple me while we're sitting down.
Yep.
Yes, I just jump at you
He's gonna
like
tackle
a
you.
spider monkey to your face.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I rolled a 7.
You said I had to make athletics.
Yep, because that's how grapple works.
10.
Crud.
So, just a few near-death experiences. Whop jumps on his face. Meepo and Click are now rolling on the floor.
I just kind of look at the Browns and my dad and shrug because this is exactly how I played with their children while we all grew up.
Lou continues to drink.
Anyway, I had a question for you, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Have you guys ever heard of a town called Raven's Rest?
Let's do some history checks. Mrs. Brown chimes in. I think so. It was. I can't remember what they did, but I think they were a town south of us.
Do you remember when it stopped being a town?
Oh, I mean, it would have been like when I was a little girl. I think I've heard like people moving out of that town. It's like it was so long ago.
Was it after that those stories about the will-o'-the-wisp started coming up?
Yes.
Moment to
While she's taking that moment, can we roll another like grapple check to see if we're like who's on top at this point?
Sure. But if you're fighting for dominance, then it's 2 athletics.
All right, I'm cool with that.
or,
Yeah, you better, 12. My athletics sucks. I am not an athlete.
well,
Meepo needs to make an athletics check.
All right. It's okay. Meepo's not athletic in the least bit either.
I think that's what makes this all the more funny.
18. Nat 20.
My
Meepo
goodness.
Nat
Meepo
20.
is mad.
For-
It's like- Meepo has got you pinned by your wings, and he's just like whop, 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 whop on the top of your head. See how you like it.
Well, hold on a second.
Oh, Meepo's a spider monkey.
Should we stop them?
I just kind of glance at it. In a moment.
They've got to fight. Lou says they've got to fight it out, or they'll just keep doing it.
Yeah. In other news, I rolled before and had told myself, evens, Katya makes a connection. Odds, Katya does not make a connection, and I rolled a 3. So I do not put together that the vampires and Raven's Rest and all that, but I do just kind of say, well, where we found the vampires, there were signs saying Raven's Rest, and there was a whole town there that was just really run down.
Mr. Brown says, "Really? Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Is that You see him just searching in his mind, trying to figure something out, almost as if he's got a mental book in front of him that he forgot to double check. Did you see any did you see I think the Coleco family used to own that. It's like, I wonder what happened to them. They just disappeared. It's like, I remember hearing their names all the time as a kid.
Never heard of them before.
While all this is happening, I'm just sitting in the corner looking at my medallion.
So that is a real item, the Medallion of Thoughts. If you want to,
I already
look
looked
that
it up. I already got it added.
okay.
I'm ahead of you.
What's it do?
Detects thoughts.
I should have known. Whose thoughts are you detecting?
Right now, nobody's.
Okay.
His own.
No thoughts.
All right. At this point, I want to do one more athletics check to see if I can get him off me.
Okay.
We're going. I mean, I keep going up, so we'll see what happens.
So do I.
I mean, he's not going to do any better than what he did last time. That's
Right.
a
4?
a 14.
Okay.
A 10.
Woo! Finally.
Okay, finally, Click is able to get Meepo off of him and stand up. You both are kind of just panting from the exertion.
I look around the room and see like the reactions of everybody else.
So Lou and Katya are definitely non-reactive, and Levi can't care at all. But you are getting strange looks from the Browns and Katya's father.
How many people is that?
3.
3. How many spell slots do I have?
Ask Laura that.
Laura, do you remember?
Hold up. I wrote it down. Give me a second.
You're good.
You used your out of channel divinity.
Okay, I'm out of channel divinity.
You cast only one level 1,
One level 1.
only one level 2,
Play one level 2.
and 3 level 3s.
Okay, yeah. I was going to see if I had enough spell slots to do a calm emotions on all of them, but guess not.
Stop fighting. I think that'll calm emotions.
I attempt to grapple onto his back.
This time I grabbed Meepo.
Okay. All right. You make an attack roll to grab Meepo before he can jump onto his back.
Well, crap. Does a 10.
No.
No.
So, as you turn around to face everybody, Click, Meepo jumps onto your back again. Ah!
Why?
Is there a
You're
door
gonna hit
nearby?
me! Ah, don't you hit me! Ah.
You get out.
Is there a door nearby?
There is.
There's the front door and 2 bedrooms.
Like, I'm going to immediately bolt out the front door, and the moment my foot touches the ground outside, I'm taking off with them on my back.
I closed the door.
Ah.
All right, so this is going to be a strength saving throw for Meepo to hold on. If Meepo wants to hold on as soon as he takes off.
No, don't hold on.
Okay.
I grab Meepo.
Okay.
Can you?
Make an attack roll.
He's a tiny creature. Or small.
I guess I just don't know how your flying dynamics work.
Oh, yeah. Is it your wings like this, or is it okay?
Yeah,
So
my wings are separate from my arms.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah, Aarakocras, their wings are separated from their arms. They're not like the little bat people where like the hands on the complete end. That's how I'm able to stay in the sky and still attack.
cool.
So what is this?
An attack
Regular
roll.
attack roll? That is
Yeah.
a 24.
All right, he's got you, Meepo.
Okay.
I immediately take Meepo into the air and I start singing "I Can Show You the World."
Okay.
All right, we're gonna cut to back to that in a minute.
yeah, you're right. They do have separate arms and wings. I've been picking this whole time.
Well, I listened to a podcast where there's an Aarakocra and he's got like the wing arms.
Okay.
I thought they looked like chickens.
So
I'm gonna tell the Browns and my dad more in depth about like the will-o'-the-wisps kind of having little personalities and remembering being people, and like specifically the lady vampire and like the children vampire, and how she called them her children and they called her mother, and how the mist started to change when we started coming back.
you know, ugh. There was some kind of static right in my ear. Then,
Can I make a comment that I believe Chris should actually have to sing the song?
I'm pretty sure he would.
I'm sure Chris would.
All right, sure. It'll be bad.
No, you don't have to though. You don't have to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're recording. I'll embarrass myself on national YouTube.
Okay, we should do the backstory lore. It's like if we want to do a separate recording where you sing your heart out, go for it.
No, you're fine.
Actually, if we sing that, we could probably be copyrighted by Disney.
Oh, that's
I
true.
really doubt that.
I mean, Disney will.
I don't know. I see Kurt with a lot of things.
We are not the size of Critical Role.
That's fair.
That's true too.
Also, Critical Role can buy licenses.
That's true too.
It's like if you ever hear the joke, it's like if you ever do anything risque, you need to either play Taylor Swift or Disney music in it, because then they'll copyright and sue, and then they can't release the evidence as easily.
Huh. So
It's-
if I'm going to rob a bank, I should dress as Elsa and sing.
Clearly, yes.
Yep. All right.
I
You know,
know that's where my brain went.
it's like Mr. Brown has also started drinking at the frown of Mrs. Brown. It's like, that kind of reminds me of a story. It's like there was this lady from down south. She heard she was like some kind of rich noble. She wasn't too healthy though. I think her last name was Clicos. It's like something about a stranger came and healed her.
Oof.
But I don't know. She started something about what he did. It's just it didn't turn out right. It's like he's at that point already, where you get that kind of sleepy, just free flow of thought, drinking. Is the town did. Somebody did not approve. That's all I remember. They got adventurers involved. I think there were 6 of them. Why is that ringing in my head? 6? Was it 7? I don't know.
Well, at least it wasn't us.
You remember that there were 6 crypts?
Oh!
Hmm.
Ghosts.
Yeah, Laura, you remember
Spooky.
that.
I was having a Katya moment.
All good.
This, the town. The town didn't go. The town didn't go. Didn't go right. Like, and he's just becoming like intelligible.
I'm gonna offer to help take him home.
Mrs. Brown, very embarrassed, agrees and thanks you for your help as you help her take the neighbor home.
I'm gonna tell her not to be embarrassed. Dad was glad for the company.
Oh, it's the he was smiling throughout the whole time. My husband was making an ass of himself.
Does he still get out and spend time with people? My dad.
I mostly just see him in the fields or the market square. He he doesn't talk to people much.
Gonna try and be home more, but would you mind checking in on him every once in a while?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Brown, she escorts you out of the house, and it's like it was nice for us to come over. It's like I appreciate you inviting us, and I know Mr. Brown does too.
I wish her a good night, and I go back. Do I see Meepo and Click at all?
Perception check.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't have gone too far. I would have just like went into the air and done a few circles around the house in the sky.
That would be a 10 total.
Okay, I mean it's a bird, a big bird man with a little lizard man.
I'm gonna say I'm also bright blue. So.
Yeah.
Our bright blue.
Yeah, you see them actually coming in for a landing right by your house. How has Meepo been reacting to all this?
React to what?
Being in the air.
Pulling at his feathers.
Ooh.
Grappling on and pulling at his feathers. Put me down, stupid bird.
After a while, I'll eventually come down and I'll be chuckling the entire time. And when I set him down, I'll
I don't let go.
While still laughing, look at him and say,
It's like you're trying to shake him off.
No, that's fine. Like, once we get on the ground, even if he's still at me, I'll just laugh and look at him and say, I've never had siblings, but I imagine that if I did, we'd probably be acting very similar. So thank you for this fond memory.
Punching and scratching at his arms, yelling at him still. Stupid bird, you hit me.
I'll just cast, because I have plenty of first level slots, I'll just cast Cure Wounds on myself if the pain gets too intense.
Okay. All right.
I asked them if they're going to finish their dinner. If not, go on to bed.
Yes, I think I'll finish mine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You all come back inside. The ale is mostly gone. Lou has been going at it. He seems a bit red in the face, but he's just been quietly smiling at both the antics of Click and Meepo and the drunkenness of Mr. Brown.
Have we actually witnessed Lou drink, or are we just kind of put in?
I just put it in because he won't have much to say right now.
That's
But it definitely seems as a barbarian he would enjoy it.
fair enough. I was just thinking of David's last character.
Oh yeah, that may have been part of the inspiration for it.
Fair enough. All right.
So, before we all turn for the night, what is the plan for tomorrow? Are we planning on doing some shopping here? Is there more investigating of any kind that we need to do before we leave?
I don't think. I think at most I'll just have to run down the captain of the guard with everything that happened. But otherwise, yeah, I guess we could shop. I don't know where else we need to go.
I'm gonna say, like I said, the
Is
only
there really-
item I'm concerned about at this time is trying to find some diamond dust.
We still have to go back to Waterdeep to report on the other stuff, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to buy here or wait till we get to Waterdeep, or even sell here, or compared to sell at Waterdeep.
Yeah, we might actually be better off. I mean, we did get some gold, so if you wanted to check if there was diamond dust here.
Oh, excuse me, it's diamond. I need 300 gold worth of diamonds.
How much gold did we get?
So, okay, now that you actually bothered to look through the bag,
I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna ask how much gold did we give, because I could really use some.
all right. So, Laura has all the treasure you guys found, but
I sure do.
you remember that bag of stuff that you found in the mattress?
Gold and ruby wedding ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more. There's a platinum choker. Got that
Gold.
one?
Yep, got that. Platinum
the-
and ruby choker.
You got the various rings worth 250 gold pieces,
Yep.
and you've got 2 weird-looking rings.
Yes.
Have the weird looking rings been identified?
And
Not
necklace
yet.
with
No.
several red beads.
Yes.
Wait, that's what he's got right now?
No, I only
Uh,
had the dagger and the medallion.
I did not write the medallion down. Is that
Don't
the...
worry. Don't worry, I got it all.
Okay.
But so, Click, when you found that bag of money hidden in the mattress,
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
It contained a couple of silver platters and about 500 silver pieces.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You would say
So
you would
good.
think that the silver pieces.
Yeah.
You think that the silver platters are each worth about 10 silver pieces each, just judging by weight.
All right. So let me see here. So how many silver did I find? 500.
Yeah,
How many people are in our party?
5.
5. So yeah. So that'd be 100 each.
Yay.
So you're passing that out now?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and knock that out right away.
I'll hit you with what I've got in a minute.
You're good.
Meepo doesn't understand the value and just enjoys the shiny objects.
That's fair.
That's okay, Meepo.
Shiny round.
Okay. And then we found. Oh no, none of mine was gold. We'll have to sell items to get it to be gold.
That's okay.
So
Yeah. If you go to Waterdeep, your conversion rate is going to be a lot better than here.
yeah.
But while we're going through the night, because I would assume you guys would stay up a little bit later, let me go ahead and say you found 6 50 gold piece rubies.
Yes, I have that.
Yeah. All right. And are you, Ian, as you have ritual casting, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you, amongst the other items, you found a cloak of protection, bracers of archery, helm of comprehending languages, goggles of night, and when you get to the sword that Katya found in the sarcophagus, it is a sword of life stealing, but it's a little bit different than a typical one. This one has a +1 modifier on it.
Do you share that with the group?
I just imagine that you're all back in Katya's room having like a sleepover.
Yeah.
Tuh.
Yeah.
Well, I
wouldn't
just like
hold-
to make sure because I don't want to be like, oh, now I know all the items and
Yeah.
automatically assume we can discuss them. You might want to hide them from me.
Well, I didn't tell anybody about the medallion,
Right.
but I did give Meepo the dagger.
Right.
Bet you anything Meepo would like those glasses.
Huh?
What's that?
I bet you anything Meepo would like those goggles.
What do they do?
But he's already got dark vision. Well, it extends his dark vision.
I was going to.
Ah.
Does it extend or does it grant?
Right.
So if you already have dark vision, it'll extend it to 60 feet. If you do not, then you can have dark vision to 60 feet.
That's not much of a difference.
So I
Like it.
would very much like to have either the cloak or the goggles. Because I could use the goggles when I fly for perception checks.
What's the cloak do again?
It's a +1 to AC and saves.
Oh, all saves.
Uh-huh.
Jeez,
And I believe because it's a cloak, it can be worn over armor.
fancy.
It can.
Sure can. I mean, we've got 7 items. It's not going to break up evenly.
No, that's fine. I don't need anything major. I'm just thinking, like, as far as, like, scouting ahead,
At night.
glasses would help at nighttime because I don't have dark vision naturally. Or I'm okay. Like, I'm not saying I need both because the cloak could also help and keeping me safe so that way I can better heal you guys.
Yeah, you do have a lower AC than most of us.
In
I'm
fact,
just-
I think your armor is pretty much just tattered, says Lou.
Yeah, I really need to get it fixed.
Nah, I mean, I don't even think they'll be able to fix it. Like, it's really messed up.
How much do you think it's going to cost me to have to get a whole new set of armor?
That depends. It's like, are you going to go light? Or are you going to go medium? What?
Well, even with light, I have 15, but that's what allows me to fly. If I go any heavier, I'll have trouble.
Well, you could get better armor. I don't like armor. It's too restrictive. But
And,
if you were to
and what were the bracers?
of archery,
Okay, that's right.
I don't think really anyone here uses archery much.
Nope.
Unless it works for spell distances, but I don't think it
Okay.
does.
Used it a
Mhm.
little, but use it occasionally.
but yeah, it's like if you wanted to get like that reinforced leather stuff, it's like that'd be pretty good. But otherwise, I would just stick with leather.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Like I said, my whole thing is I'm more concerned about focusing on making sure you guys are okay. Y'all are the heavy hitters. I do a little bit, but I'm
No,
not
I
going to do a lot in combat outside of taking care of you guys.
Considering what's happened in combat, though, I think I would like Click to be a little more protected.
Yeah. Well, and I think he's the only one that doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah.
You could probably use it then.
So are you saying that you want me to have both the goggles and the cloak?
But you're the only one really making use
Yeah.
of the goggles.
I don't need the cloak considering my AC
Yeah,
and advantages already.
my AC's good enough.
I believe they were goggles of night.
Yep.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I'm eyeing up that longsword.
And cloak of protection. Just making sure before I add it.
Quick question. Should we potentially see if David is going to want anything?
Well, he should have been here.
I am Lou, and I say Lou is very content with just chugging beer in the corner.
What was the longsword? I missed that
He's
one.
got a mini keg under his arm.
Long
It
sword.
is.
Go ahead.
It was a special longsword of life stealing.
Okay,
What made it
that's right.
special? It has a +1.
That's right. Well, I already have my sword, so I definitely don't want it.
You are getting a slight bit of like jealous anxiety coming from your sword while you're holding the other one.
Hey, Click, do you have that calm emotion spell?
I will tomorrow, but honestly, I've never. Well, why do you need it? Is everything okay?
My sword is feeling a little has a little tinge of jealousy.
Oh,
Does it work on swords?
well, this is the first time I think Click is hearing that apparently a sword is having an emotion.
Yeah, everybody suddenly stops and looks at
Mm.
Levi.
I'm gonna look over at Laura, Lou, and Meepo and be like, "Is this normal for your plane?"
Well, remember his sword did get mad at him before.
Oh,
when he
that's
tried-
right.
I don't know. I don't know that. I know
don't
that he couldn't do Eldritch Blast for a time or his spells.
No, he
Yeah.
did share stuff about his deity.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was a session I wasn't involved in.
Oh, that's fair. No, yeah, we did have a discussion about the unicorn because we had a whole conversation about gods.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
and where we get
he's
magic from.
he's like a unicorn, but not a unicorn.
That still doesn't make sense to me, but that's in terms of Katya, but
I
that's
mean,
pretty
it,
normal.
yeah, it looks similar to a unicorn, but not what a unicorn would actually look.
What
Well,
did you steal? You monster.
I'm always up for experiment, so if you'd like, we can always try it tomorrow morning.
No, I think it'll calm down. I think we just need to get rid of the, or
Here.
I need to not have this sword in my hand.
Oh, I was gonna say, if anything, I think Katya mentioned wanting it, and I'm not against that.
Sword.
So then I'd hand it to Kat
Thank you.
and then slowly put my hand on the sword to try and calm it. The hilt
Yeah.
of the sword.
It does calm down. Okay, so
So just to make sure, because I haven't heard yes or no, do I take the cloak?
Yes.
yeah, it's okay with me, says Lou. It's like if if our opinions change, we can talk about it later.
That's very true.
And Lou
Yes,
has
if-
spoken.
If David wants it, he can let us know, and then I'll be more than happy to part.
Lou is too drunk in the corner to participate.
He is playing with apparently the cat that lives at your dad's house.
Oh, cool. Oh, was it because mine made a lot of noise?
Yes,
Fair enough.
Meepo proceeds to stalk the cat.
No.
Lou gives you the evil eye. Meepo. It's like no.
And I want to go ahead and tell Kat. I want to say, I say it looked like a unicorn, but it's not white like a unicorn. It's kind of got a goldish tint to it, and flies.
Out of character, I made a deal with a black unicorn in a different campaign.
That'd be an interesting visual.
Well, I've got the name of actually what it is, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fine.
All right. So, is there anything else you all want to do?
So I think somebody said that we have rubies, right?
You've got 6 50 gold piece rubies.
Yep.
I don't have access to it now, but there's a spell that we could benefit from by holding on to some of those.
Oh, by the way, because Levi kept doing the identifies, that necklace with the 2 beads on it is a ring necklace of fireballs.
Ooh,
And you've got a
fireballs.
ring of animal influence and a ring of evasion.
Hold up. Hold up. So it was a necklace of what?
Fireballs.
Sounds like it has 2 charges on it.
I feel like
Yeah.
I should have made that connection.
Well, we saw them use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She nuked herself when she went a little crazy.
And then a ring of
Animal
Uh,
influence.
Yep.
animal what?
Influence.
Oh.
A druid without the druid.
And a ring of
Evasion.
Evasion.
cool.
So what do you think? Are we gonna sell those or?
I mean, surely some of us can use them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite content with what I got now. Perhaps Lou, being the one that seems to jump into the midst of battle, maybe he could benefit from that invasion.
Yeah.
It's for failing dexterity saving throws.
Well, Lou, maybe, I don't know. I know his strength is pretty high. I don't know about his dex.
Yeah, fine. I'll go ahead and put the necklace of fireballs on if nobody else.
No, I feel
Don't really need any
these
fireballs.
2 items.
Since,
I mean,
since
Meepo
I'm
could go all like suicide charge with the fireballs and hope his dex can get himself out of it.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
If you combine that ring and the fireball necklace, Meepo with evasion
That would actually be amazing.
What's the ring do again?
lets you succeed dex saves.
3
Ooh.
times each long rest.
That
Or actually, no, it redeems 1d3.
are the fireball charges used gone permanently?
Yeah.
yeah.
What the heck? is
Yeah, this could be broken.
I didn't think about that interaction.
Rush with the ring and the fireball necklace, throw them both at your feet,
No.
and then just suicide charge whatever. Not really, just suicide bomb whatever the enemy is.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were going to do it like right now at my dad's house.
No.
So
If
you
you have a
take
boss
it then?
fight, we just charge, or just have Click drop them from the sky. I don't know.
I mean, I could do that. Be flying in the air and just, you know, if we know of enemies coming ahead of time, I could soar off ahead of us and drop it in front of an enemy.
The freaking Tokyo fire bombing.
Just call me the Phoenix.
Boom. We only got 2 charges though, so it won't do that much. It's what, 68 each damage dice?
I think
Yeah,
it,
that would be helpful.
Nothing crazy though.
I feel like the comprehend languages is going to be useful. I just don't know who should use it.
Probably whoever might have the best, like with diplomacy.
Oh,
I've already got the first level comprehend languages spell.
Yeah. Lou has +2 charisma.
I might have the best charisma.
I'm gonna say I only got +2.
I've got +3, but
I've got a plus.
Does it require attunement?
Probably.
Probably.
So there's nothing that says we can't switch it off if it didn't.
I have proficiency, intimidation, persuasion, and deception. Double proficiency in deception.
Nice.
So really, all the charisma skills except performance, I get at least +4.
it is an uncommon item that does not require attunement.
Oh, we can just
We
hold
can
on.
always just pass it off between the group of us.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Just chuck it in the bag and
On that
It's
note,
the
we
fish from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I mean, it's not like we
There you
really
go.
split our party anyway, so we'll always be around it, right?
It's
Right.
the babblefish. It's the babblefish.
can it have fish designs on it?
Can it be put in our ears?
yeah, if you want
Eat our
the,
brainwaves?
the ears on the side of the helmet look like fish fins.
There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
it's a dorky looking helmet.
Hey, it works.
I sometimes like to think that magical items are just naturally dorky looking, like in video games. But you wear them anyway because they're helpful.
Yeah.
On that note, though, of bags, we should definitely look for a TARDIS bag,
A what bag?
a bigger on the inside bag.
Oh, we had something like that.
You do. You have
Yeah.
one bag
Yeah.
of holding, but it may be getting full.
We have a bag
Well-
of holding.
Yeah,
Why is it getting full?
it does have a limit.
Yeah, they
What
do.
all did we put in there?
A lot of gold. I don't think we have that much.
Well, we can do our taxes later.
So
Like, I don't remember putting much in there. Who has the bag?
Either
did,
me
I thought.
or Levi.
Could Meepo fit in the bag?
Meepo, no.
Meepo would die.
Meepo
Would
could
he?
fit in the
Not
bag, but
immediately.
you would suffocate.
As long as
I
we
don't
keep the
have to do
opening
that.
open. As long as we keep the flap open. Or
we can
Meepo
only-
could like stick his head out.
Like a kangaroo?
I don't think
Yeah,
it works
sure.
that way.
Oh my goodness. I could strap you to myself and I could fly you around like an air taxi.
You could like throw the bag somewhere and I could pop out.
I don't think you can get yourself out of the bag, says
Like it.
Lou,
Why can't I get out of the bag?
No, you
because
can't.
it might take an action from someone outside the bag to call you forth.
Does it?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Now, Meepo.
What if my head is outside the bag?
And the only reason I say yes is because I've got both books and listened to a D&D podcast of where the orc wants to jump in the bag of holding.
What if my head stays out of the bag?
It
If
will.
you're
It
a
disappears
vampire,
in,
You could, if you were a vampire, you could hang out in the bag without dying.
and that happened in the book.
That happened in a game I played.
So I hate to ask.
Ask
And if
away.
no, it's okay. And so I apologize for sounding like a broken record. But given our track record, can we pull together enough gold to buy a diamond to have as
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
expect to die?
Yeah, a little bit.
I expect somebody to die, yes.
I
mean,
mean,
we can-
ultimately, we should probably wait till water deep. It'll be cheaper.
Okay. It
Need
needs
more.
to get 300 gold worth of diamond. Like, it doesn't have to be a diamond. It could be a multitude of
I
diamonds.
thought it was like 1,000 or something.
No,
That's
for
for-
Revivify, it's 300. Worth
Yeah.
gold of diamonds, plural. So it could be a bunch of tiny diamonds.
Well,
But that's
maybe,
just a symbol.
maybe we'll be able to do a trade because I've got 300 gold worth of rubies.
You could try.
Whether we do that here or in Waterdeep, like we've got enough gems.
Or if you all think that we should put this off until we have more coin in our pocket, then I'll go with what you guys feel. But I am concerned that, you know, there might come a time where I'm not able to heal you quickly. I keep thinking back to some of the previous battles where a few of y'all have gone down and I had to keep trying to get you all up to the best of my ability.
If we die, we die.
I would say that we've got enough magic items and gems
We'll just stabilize.
to get diamonds.
Yeah, there's no issue with that. I'm just thinking we should wait till we get to the water deep where it's bigger.
Yeah, they'll have more stuff.
Yep.
I do have some questions for the DM.
Yes.
For that gold and ruby wedding ring, did we specify how much gold that was?
Okay, I'll
Or-
just go ahead and
Oh, the ring itself is gold and ruby.
yes. It's 250 gold pieces.
There we go. And then the platinum and ruby choker.
$750.
Oh. Thank you.
Very ornately made, both of them, and platinum is rarely used as jewelry. It's like you would only find.
I'm gonna make Levi identify them.
They read as a golden ruby wedding ring and a platinum and ruby choker.
I just needed to check.
Yeah.
So I hand it back to you. Say these are just rings.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we definitely have enough money. We'll be able to get some of them diamonds.
Well, that's good to know. Well, that leaves me to feel content.
On that note, we should go to bed.
You all head on to bed. I will be going that way shortly, but I'm going to spend some time in prayer.
Okay. So, just before, do you have anything specific you want to pray for?
No. Basically, I'll take to the sky and just let the wind currents kind of carry me a bit
Mm-hmm.
while being in meditative thought and just praying for guidance and assistance. That also she would look after my family and make sure they're safe, and that when I attempt to speak with my family, that I will hear good news and not hear the bad news I'm afraid I may hear.
Okay.
I'll change that, or I'll specify that too, that I'll hear good news and not any bad news.
Okay. All right. As you you finish your see, I don't want to. I'm trying to think what you would call that type of prayer. A skywriting prayer.
It's not necessarily skywriting. I'm just meditating in the sky.
Yeah.
Because one of the Aarakocra abilities is it mentions that they even sleep in the air. They just pluck out their wings and let the currents carry them.
Wild.
Mm.
Now, granted, because most Aarakocra live in mountainous ranges, it's easy to do. But seeing how we're not in a mountainous area at the moment, there wouldn't be a whole lot of wind current.
No, I mean you're picking some stuff up off the sea, as like as the sun goes down and the land cools. There's that difference in pressure that's bringing the breeze with it, but that's mostly what you're feeling.
Exactly. So it wouldn't be like I could do this like home.
Yeah. But after that, does everyone go to bed and attune their items? That way we don't have to do it later.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I got
Okay.
a shiny dagger
Yep. Who got what?
that I will not use.
as far as the attuned items.
I
I
got
have
the
a
medallion.
sword.
I have the cloak of protection, which it requires attunement.
Okay.
I don't think. Did Meepo take the ring of evasion?
Did you give it to me, Paul?
Does
Yeah.
Meepo want it?
Meepo has the option.
Why not?
Okay.
Auto succeed dex saving throws.
It was
Yeah.
either Meepo or Lou. And it's one of those things where we can always make that decision again.
Yeah.
Lou was too drunk to protest.
I feel like Lou would actually have fun with the ring of animal influence, but
Yeah.
Ring of evasion.
It would allow him to cast a spell, so he'd be more interested in that.
that's true.
In fact, he might even want the helm for that reason.
Meeple might bring up this idea of the suicide bomb charge with the fireballs at a later date.
Sorry. Didn't mean to make that sound. I just popped my pelvis.
Popping
Like-
things is bad. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, so that's why I made that sound.
Never go to a chiropractor. Chiropractors are bad. Okay.
But so sorry, I broke. Okay, so Meepo got the ring. What were the other things that required attunement?
Cloak of protection.
Right,
Which currently is in Click's possession.
right. I don't think goggles require it.
No, they
Um,
don't.
Okay. What about the bracers of archery? Did anybody take those?
No.
Throw them in the
Okay.
bag.
All right. Who took the sword?
Laura did.
Cat has
Okay.
it.
Okay. And I think that's all the items.
You got my medallion?
Yeah, but that's not attunement, right?
Yes,
Oh, it is. Okay.
it is.
All right. So if you want to use that, then go ahead and tune to it.
I already did.
And all right, good.
I mean, it's been on my neck through the whole dinner.
Yeah. All right. So you all go to sleep. It's a little bit cramped at Dimitri's house. With one bed. So some of you are sleeping on the floor, but you all rest peacefully enough. And let's see here. Let's try this out. Ooh. Does anyone have a passive perception higher than a 16?
Passive perception.
How do you calculate it again?
It's 10 plus your perception.
Would insight fly? Because I got
Yes, I have a 17.
insight. Okay,
Mm.
good.
All right, Nepo, you're the only one to wake up as you see Katya's father sneak into her room and place 5 gold pieces on the dresser.
Damn it.
Huh.
If I leave it there, I can't take it with me.
I investigate
And-
the shiny.
Oh no.
Okay. After he leaves the room, you go up to those shiny pieces and they just look like 5 regular gold coins.
Meepo is intrigued by the shiny, the way they reflect the light.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to make you roll stealth because I would assume you would succeed that, especially with
Pretty
your
easily. Plus 11.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
What do you
That's it.
do with the gold coins?
Put them back. Do
Okay.
nothing.
All right, you all wake up in the morning. You feel refreshed. You have long rested. You are attuned to all of your items. As the sun streams in and you hear the crow of a rooster, you all head out. Yes.
Did we get all of our health back?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Because technically we got bit.
Right. So when you go out into the main room, you see that Katya's father, Dimitri, is already awake. He has toasted some bread and he's got butter on the table as his breakfast, and he offers you the chairs that the Browns left there last night to sit in as you all sit down, feeling well, including Lou, who's not hungover.
Nice.
So what are you gonna do now? It's been exciting here, but it's not gonna stay that way, sadly.
Well, we've got to go to Waterdeep to report on what we were doing before all this.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
This has been one incredibly eventful day.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's gonna get pretty quiet again, I imagine. It's like that plague was the biggest thing to happen.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
wish it hadn't.
Quiet also isn't necessarily a bad thing.
What?
Quiet.
Oh, it's not bad. I just know quiet doesn't attract some people.
I kind of look at the floor.
No, but I would imagine a father's love would.
I continue to look at the floor.
What a cheesy Hallmark movie quote.
What time of year is it, Logan?
What?
What time of year is it?
It. I believe it's summer.
Okay.
I don't have the months charted out on a calendar.
That's okay. I was looking for season.
Ow. Sorry.
You're good.
though she may be gone, she can still communicate with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, we send letters every now and then.
I cast sending, and I say some things are a little bit quicker and a little more reliable than letters.
He has a shocked expression on his face. He's like, "You did that with your mind?" It's like, can
What did you
Katya
do?
do that?
What did you
This-
do?
This is all in Click's head. You just see them quietly stare at each other for a second.
Now kiss.
I mean, she has the capabilities to, and I say this out loud. I don't know if she will choose to go that route, but even if she doesn't, I can still be that mediator for her.
I don't think I have. Well, at least I don't have that spell option yet.
Paladins can't learn it.
Oop, denied.
Well, time to take a level in cleric.
You're gonna have to take several levels in cleric, to my understanding.
Maybe a
Because
few.
yeah. Well, I'd appreciate that. Click.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's been nice meeting you all. And Lou raises his morning mug. Again, I don't know if Lou is a drinker, but
Pretty sure he drinks a lot.
We just assume for the day. He's trying it out. This is his experimental phase.
There we go.
I remember. I thought he used to drink a lot.
No,
oh, that was Abbott did. Sorry,
Oh.
cut you off.
Yeah.
we're combining the two. Well,
So
go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that, like, the Thunderlock Tavern thing is in, you said 6 weeks?
I believe it was 3 months when you got that message.
Oh, well, okay. That's right around the same time. I'm going to tell him I'm going to try to be back for harvest time to help bring in the harvest, and that hopefully he can come to the Thunderlock Tavern that we'll be at.
Oh, I'll be there. And as you all continue your conversation and have your morning breakfast, it's fairly light, but it's substantial. You know, there's more beans and bread this morning. Good cheap stuff that'll fill you up.
There we go.
Yeah. He says, "Well, I have to go check the fields. Kat, if you don't mind locking up when you leave, you still have the key, right?"
Yep.
Okay. All right. If you're still in town, I'll see you. I'll be in the square.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too. He says in a very low mumble that you're not even sure that everyone else could hear, but you've heard it so many times that you just recognize the lip movement.
And when
And
it's
he,
not, I hide the gold back under that candlestick.
okay. All right. And he walks out the door.
All right, everybody, you ready to go to Waterdeep?
Sure.
To
Before we
Waterdeep.
go, I will take out my quill and ink and a piece of parchment and just write a short note and leave a feather on it, and then I will leave with them.
Okay. All right. Everybody leaves the house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, unless you want to do anything in town, you all can start heading your walk up to Waterdeep.
What did the note say?
Yes.
It was basically addressing your dad, saying thank you for your hospitality. We greatly appreciate it, and we also appreciate you lending us your daughter for the time being. We will encourage her to stay in contact and to visit when possible, and we will ensure that should she decide to do just that, we will do everything we can to get her here safely. Signed, Click.
All right, so you all walk through town. You see the father and daughter. They're walking in the street. The dad seems to have almost a vice grip on the little daughter's hand, but she doesn't seem to care. As you head north along the Tradeway Road, you see the familiar guard, Clintus, wave you off from the north gate as you cross the bridge that crosses the river, which gives the Daggerford its name, and you begin to walk down the road. You see crops in the height of summer growing in their fields. There are many, many miles of fields, and there's no. You occasionally see male sprinter horses going up and down the road, ferrying mail in between Waterdeep and the places southern on the to the south on Tradeway. And you walk for a good majority of the day, taking a short break to camp. Have some bites to eat before continuing on even further. When you see the Tavern of Thunderlock, and what is strange is at what you currently see to the left side facing the ocean side, you see a cleared expanse of field. Last time you were there, you were sure that it was going to be used for crops, but no, you see a single figure standing in the field. And for those, Meepo has a high perception, so he would see it. If anyone else wanted to take a PC check,
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
perception check.
Perception. That's a 19.
19. Okay. So for you and Meepo, you see this figure. They're not just standing there. They're actually doing some intricate movements. There it is. Some intricate movements while they appear to be holding something in their right hand. When they finish this movement, they hold the item in front of them, and you see several giant walls of stone erupt from the ground, forming a giant ring in front of the Thunderlock Tavern. And as you approach, that person is still standing there, unmoving.
Huh.
I've never seen anything like this before. What are they doing? I asked the group.
I have no idea what they're doing. Should we go find out?
Let's let.
Are they
Let's
doing
see.
like a mold earth type thing, or
Make an Arcana check, the arcane caster of the group.
who has a plus
you
0 to it?
Everybody else was like, that's
12.
that's magic.
Magic things, yes.
Lou is looking at it. Indeed.
If anybody would know, it would be Lou.
Well, yeah, because doesn't he have mold earth or something like that?
Yeah, and he uses it like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Mold Earth. This is
Okay.
way bigger. There's giant stone panels that have erupted from the ground.
Mold a lot of earth.
Maybe
Well, I
they
got
casted it at a higher level.
I got a 12 for Arcana.
Okay, so this one isn't too hard. You've never seen it done before, we've heard stories about the spell Wall of Stone. This person just cast Wall of Stone and is concentrating on it.
So I tell everybody, hey, I've heard of this spell, but I've never seen it.
Neat. I wish him best with his stone making.
Stone making.
I wish him his best.
What is quite fascinating. This is the place that we're supposed to be going to in a few months, right?
Yep.
Do we want to check it out now, seeing how none of us have really ever been here?
Well, we've been here. Haven't we been here? Isn't
Yeah,
this how
because
we
we
met?
had to
Our last
go.
characters were.
This
Uh,
group.
So this
No.
group met at the Thunderlock Tavern and competed in a qualifier when they formed up as a group of singles.
Hmm.
And they liked how they worked together,
Ah, okay.
so they said, "Hey, let's keep this going."
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I know it was a fast and dirty way to get this party together so fast
Hey,
after the TPK.
after the purposeful DPK.
It was not purposeful.
It was all our fault.
It was not purposeful. We were very stupid.
We were.
Has that even
You
changed?
guys were very stupid.
I don't know
Anyway.
what you're talking about. I'd still lived.
So
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys do? There's a person to your left who is casting the spell, and then the actual tavern is to your right. It's a fairly large tavern with it has stalls for horses and carts.
I wave.
The person does not wave back as they are continuing to hold their stance at the end of this casting.
I'm gonna go ahead and watch them
Okay.
for a while, see if I can glean any
People
ideas.
searches their pockets.
Are we even that close? I thought we were a pretty good distance away.
Well, at first you were, but if you continue to walk up to get
Yeah.
close enough to search his pockets, I'd
Sure.
say that would have taken you 5 minutes.
Damn, that's far away.
I would have asked them what they were doing.
Yeah. All right. The
When they
person
don't
there.
respond, I search their pockets.
I mean, we
Well-
can just ignore them, Logan. Is that what you would want?
No, you can go up and talk to him. But as you get closer, you understand that this is a woman, a human woman. She has a darker skin complexion, and her hair has been cut very short, almost to like a 1/2 buzz cut. She doesn't look to you, but and you can tell. Sorry. You approach this woman. She is wearing white robes with a protector plate on her neck. It looks too thin to be any sort of armor, but you do see an image of a tower on the protector plate. She has a darker complexion with the short cut hair. On the side of her hip, you see a bag tied. It looks similar to a bag of holding that you all possess. And as you come up and ask her a question, she says, without looking towards you, it's like, "I'm casting Wall of Stone. It's like we've got a lot of preparations to do, so got to start on them now." Without.
Oh, I see. My friends and I, we will actually be participating in the event that occurs at that time.
It's like still holding the position. That's very good. It's like I hope you all do well.
Thank
I'm-
you.
My name's Humara, by the way. Humara Belton.
My name is, but you can call me Click.
Is she actually casting Wall of Stone?
Yes, she is actually casting Wall of Stone, and she's just concentrating on it for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah,
She-
because it only lasts for 10 minutes.
When you hold it for the duration, it's permanent.
Does it?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I want to stick around her and talk to her and see if she can. Like I said, I can glean anything off of her. Maybe she can teach me a thing or two after she's done.
You should have been a wizard.
Why do I
She,
need to be a wizard? I can get it's a sorcerer spell too.
You're a wizard, Ian.
it is a sorcerer spell. Neat. It's all okay. All right. So at the end of the 10 minutes, she drops her hands, like you see her like shake her arms a little bit. She drops what looks like a block of granite into her side pouch. Sorry about that. You caught me in the middle of the spell. It's like another thing that you notice that she has some very peculiar. She has amber colored eyes. It's like a very intense compared to like the complexion of her skin. It's like,
Do I get
So-
any indication that she's not human if she's something else?
something's different, but all indications about her would seem that she's human. Well, that's she looks towards the sun. I guess that's it for today. Are you travelers stopping at the tavern?
Are we, folks?
Sure.
I'm not against it.
I mean, we need to eat.
Yes. She nods.
Well, I'm going to try and do everything that I can to stay there talking with her, trying to gain more information, trying to ask her
Okay.
more about spells and things like that.
I'm sure Lou joins in that.
It's like, well, this is certainly a dichotomy here. It's like she looks the very skinny Levi up, and the muscular but very tall Lou. It's like, so are you all interested in the White Spire? It's like if you're looking to actually learn the craft, then I would suggest heading to Waterdeep. That'd be a better start than me.
The White Spire.
I don't need no magic.
I'm afraid there's only a few things that I can learn magic wise.
Well, we take all kinds, Mr. Erico Kreklik.
I wouldn't be against trying. Goddess willing, I'll learn. And if she's willing, she'll aid me in utilizing the things I learn.
You see her almost frown a little bit when you say goddess willing.
Oh,
Are we
I'm sorry. You told me to, her name is Cyrena, but she's not very popular in your plane.
Are they a cult?
I think it's an academy.
Well, I'm hungry, so I'm going to go inside if we want to continue this conversation.
I'm going to
Sure.
offer to buy her lunch.
This would be a dinner. It's like
Okay.
the sun is starting to set. It's
I'm
like
gonna-
that's very kind of you. I believe you said your name was Levi.
Correct.
All right, thank you, Levi. As you and she heads off without saying anything else, expecting you all to follow, and she enters the Thunderlock Tavern.
Don't we have places to be than to mess with dumb magic people?
I mean-
I just glare at Meepo.
Yeah, that includes you, Pointy.
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 All right, assuming that you all go into the tavern.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It's as you all remember. There's the top floor, which is built as a ring type foyer. Along the walls, you see various paintings of groups, all in various states of health. There's some that have had their teeth punched out, but they look extremely happy. It's like giving thumbs ups in their pictures. In fact, you see one image where there's someone who is so exhausted that they're not even standing up for their image. Looks to be like a redheaded teenager lying on the ground. And then on the far side of the wall, as you were to walk around this donut shape, you do come across your picture. Lou was much bigger back then. It's like the effects of his hag potion are clearly evident in comparison. And and it has been a few days since the hag rejuvenation has returned the blues to Click. So he looks just like his image. And you guys descend the staircase that leads into the main floor. There's you see it's all as you remember. There are rows and rows of tables. There's a bar with a dwarf with a braided, almost reddish orange beard behind it. People are drinking. It doesn't appear that there's a fight on. There's a challenge going on tonight. As you all find Humara at her table. She appears to have already ordered.
Does that mean we should go and practice?
Who'd you say that to?
To everybody. Hey, there's nothing going on. Should we go run through again and practice?
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna sit down and eat dinner with the lady.
Well, that's what I start, but if it's open, I mean, we can always run through it.
No, you remember that they have their competitions once a week or so. So that way, that way during the week they can build new challenges. So that way it's not the same every time and not too boring. Other than that, it's a regular tavern.
Okay.
That's Logan saying he's not prepared to run us through the tavern.
Also, as people who have previously qualified, you wouldn't be allowed to run it.
Fair enough.
Meh. Getting called out on my own D&D.
Right. I mean, I've been there. I too would do something like that.
Savage.
Yeah.
Look at
I
my
tease.
same thing to me.
I tease. Anyway. So do you assuming you all sit down, it appears that she is eating a prepared steak, and she has some potatoes there. It smells absolutely lovely, and you can see that she's definitely taking the absolute care to maintain her manners as she cuts it. But you can also see that there was another steak there before you got here.
What?
There's too many bones on that plate.
Are you eating off the same plate?
What? She says, looking up.
There's a lot of bones there. I'm just confused.
Well, you're not supposed to comment on a lady's plate.
You're not?
Local manners.
See,
I
I wasn't
grabbed the
talking-
bones.
As you attempt to reach for her plate,
Usually grab the bones.
she nat 20'd her stab with a fork.
I could probably overcome it.
She nat 20'd her attack roll. So as you
The
reach for
attack
the
roll? Okay.
it's an attack roll.
For
She
attacking,
saw you.
okay.
She saw you reaching for her plate, so she thought you were going to steal it. So
Huh.
So we don't reach for other people's plates.
But it's just the bones.
We're ordering our own dinners.
She doesn't
Yeah.
know that.
It's just the bones.
if you had asked, maybe I would have provided.
Give bones.
Please.
I want to go in there and say, please excuse my friends. They aren't used to being around civilized people.
Excuse you, what defines civilized?
You're used to manners from a different plane, and Meepo just isn't used to manners at all.
They're learning. They're learning. Click is in a completely different,
Oh, I'm sorry, Laura, go
Don't
ahead.
you look down on me, colonizer.
Click is in a completely new culture. Technically, Meepo is too.
Yeah.
Don't you look down on
Keep
my
in mind
people.
that if we took you all to our worlds, you all would be the odd ones, the
Exactly.
uncivilized.
Did I hear a please for those bones?
We look at Meepo.
Give bombs.
Meepo.
Meepo starts throwing a tantrum.
Fine. I send a message to Meepo and say, please, Bones.
Please, bombs.
With a bit of with a definite eye roll, she takes her her knife and scoots the bones off the plate in Meepo's direction.
Meepo grabs the bones. Well, then taking one, he throws it at her forehead.
All right, make an attack roll.
What modifier?
This is a thrown weapon, so Dex.
After that, I want to send
What do you
another
want?
message to Click and say, can you do calm emotions on him or something?
Okay, so with 16
I can attempt,
plus-
but my fear is that this may be calmed emotions on him. I will go ahead and after seeing this display, I will cast calm emotions on Meepo.
Okay, so the bone hits her in the head.
Meepo runs away laughing.
Maybe I should be doing calm emotions on her.
Yes, try that, please.
Yes, I will attempt calm emotions on her.
Meepo runs
Alright.
away with a gremlin laugh.
Charisma 15 save.
Okay, thank goodness she isn't proficient in wisdom.
No, it's not wisdom. It's charisma.
Well, thank goodness she isn't proficient in charisma, because if this was an intelligence check, Meepo would probably die.
If she could catch Meepo.
Yeah, we don't have those diamonds yet.
You see her close her eyes and
Deep breath.
How long does calm emotions last?
Calm emotions will last
An hour?
Let me go up to 1 minute concentration.
Ah.
Hopefully
But
long enough
I
for
imagine
us to
that the way it
grab.
works is like, because it's not very specific, so I don't imagine the moment it ends, they're immediately going to feel the old emotion. I think it just kind of gives them a sense to let the intensity of the emotional level die down so their cognitive thinking can take place again. Because think of it as like feeling, like we have a saying in psychology, feelings are not like kids, or feelings are like kids. You don't let them drive home. So oftentimes we make decisions based on emotion. So I imagine that this spell would just lower the emotion intensity. So this way the cognitive portion, the reasoning of your brain could go ahead and function a little bit more clearly.
Hell yeah.
Irregardless, Meepo runs away laughing, uses his small size to disappear into the crowd.
under the tables.
Under the tables, between legs, whatever.
Yeah. So
I will say to her, I am very sorry for my friend. Culture or not, that does not excuse that.
Hearing this, I throw a bone at him too.
You're away under a table. Stop it.
you should
I'm
control.
blindsided with a bone to his head.
You should control your pet as she gets up from the table.
Do I hit him, Logan?
Roll attack roll.
We're not staying here tonight. We're gonna
Not
sleep.
with Click's attitude.
14.
Yes, yes, you
No,
hit
no,
Cloak.
he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's got
No,
his
your
cloak, now.
cloak.
No.
Like with a flourish of Zorro, you flip the cloak in front of your face and it catches the boat.
Meepo continues to run away laughing.
You see the
At
Humara
this silly Birdman.
disappear into one of the guest rooms.
We're gonna leave after dinner's done.
We're going to sleep in the horse barn. Or at least Meepo needs to.
But Katya does not necessarily like her as much anymore. Meepo is not a pet.
So what? So I guess if you guys are, depending on how you long rest, we can call that session here, or we can say you continue on to Waterdeep. It's like where do you guys want to call it? Do you want to go keep going for 30 minutes?
I would be okay with just stopping now. It's getting
Oh.
kind of late.
Okay.
Well, it's starting to storm here, so
Oh,
Yeah.
I can hear the thunder. I can't see outside for the rain, but I can.
all right. So, in the summary of this session, you all made it to Daggerford. Uh, you identified your items, counted your gold, learned a little bit about Raven's Rest, and then on your way to Waterdeep to report the activities in the High Forest, you encountered a wizard from the White Spire named Humara Beltham. She is apparently working out of the tavern to prepare for the regional. I mean, not for the regional, but for the grand tournament that will take place there. And she is an affiliate of the White Spire. You guys did not hit it off well with her.
No, we did not.
Thanks to somebody.
And I'd say we'll end it there with a long rest.
Sounds good to me.
I hope you all are having fun. If you have any DM questions for me, go ahead and send them either in the group or privately.
Meepo regrets nothing.
I'm enjoying myself. Just got to make